So, interesting, question for you. Do you think $1 billion plus is possible while remaining ethical?
Oh, wow. I think it is, but I think from the very beginning, everything that you consider doing, you have to put through that ethical lens. People you hire, the people you bring on, the people you invest with. If you do what so many companies today do, where they bring in venture capitalist firms or other people to do things, and as long as the financial elements make sense, their hands are clean. And you can't do that if you're looking to build an empire ethically and have it be beyond reproach.
Huh. Yeah, I feel like it's like once you get to a certain point, you kind of lose control of like how things go.
Oh yeah.
It's not really even up to you. Like it's like, you have to answer to investors, you have to answer to your board, you have to answer to external factors, and those people have different motivations.
Well, how refreshing would it be if a company got in hot water over something, all right? Some social issue that they didn't handle well, or something was said that shouldn't have been said. How refreshing would it be to have the CEO make a public statement that was genuine and wasn't scripted by all the lawyers and everybody that says, no, you can't say this, you got to say that. And just get up there and say, look, you know what? We didn't see this right. We made a mistake. Or maybe, like the CEO of Chick-fil-A, he went on the offensive a couple of years ago when his company was being targeted for some slant against a certain portion of the population. And he backed it up. He said, look, this is who we are. We're Christian based. We don't open on Sundays. We do all this stuff to let people know who we are other than the business.
Yeah.
And so, whether you liked it or not, you have to give the guy credit for at least being honest with what he really thinks, as opposed to delivering some schmarmy response that nobody can figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Almost as like an apologetic statement just to appease the masses.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, I remember Chick-fil-A. They were talking. I think it was like the whole why don't you open on Sunday? That was the thing. And then there's like a quote. Was it a quote by? He's like, yeah, we could make a lot more money in sales, but we just decided against it because
it's not part of their value system.
Yeah, so. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, because like I've always I was watching this video by a friend of mine who's like a pretty big YouTuber, and he was discussing how after $1 billion you have to do unethical things to continue to grow. And it's an interesting concept because you're kind of at that point, because like the whole philosophy of like you're not really making money, you're taking money.
Yeah, well, it's that whole kind of zero-sum game where you're making it, somebody else is losing it.
Yeah, so it's like because like the money's flowing through the economy and you're just attaching yourself to it and like taking it.
Right. And look, I know I can't give you any examples right off the top of my head, but I know there are businesses out there that operate exactly like that. Some companies that buy up. Well, I just read in the paper today. This is a good example. Macy's, very traditional department store. Okay, they got a lot of history. Mm-hmm. They had a big place in New York City for a lot of years, and over the last 10 years, it's just steadily been declining. Retailing in general has not been doing well, and these guys are just having a tough time. So they've been for sale. And so now the financial aspects of Wall Street are basically saying the people who buy them are not going to be buying them to resurrect retailing. They're going to be buying them because the land that the buildings sit on are worth much more than the business itself. So they may buy it and chop up half of it, get rid of the stores, sell the real estate, do that highest and best use of the property it sits on. And so that's a great example of somebody seeing an opportunity to go in and leverage what somebody else has built over time and take it for themselves.